I've been wanting to do a video for a while now about the topic of drinking and smoking while on the road. I've received a lot of questions from people commenting on my videos asking about how do you drink while you're on the road? Specifically, hey, at the end of the day, I like to crack open a beer after a hard day of work. How do you do that when you're living in a vehicle, as far as space goes, and then more importantly, the law, because the law differs in different states about open containers in a vehicle. Even if you're parked sitting in the back, I believe in most states that would still be a DUI if you were caught drinking in the back of your own vehicle. Also in my travels, as you guys know, if you've been watching my story, I have met multiple other people who live similar lifestyles in their own vehicles, and some of them that I've met actually do partake in a lot of different kinds of mind-altering substances while they're living on the road. And the whole culture of traveling full-time, whether it be in a vehicle or hitchhiking or train hopping, whatever it is, in that kind of lifestyle, drugs and alcohol are very popular. For me, it's not really something that I place any real value in, and it's something that I try to minimize while I'm living this way. And there's a lot of different reasons for that are personal to me, and I hope that by expressing them in this video, I can explain that side of me to you guys, and at the same time help anybody else to sort of figure out how they would feel about it, whether they're planning on getting on the road sometime in the future or if they just began and drugs and alcohol are kind of something that they have on their mind. So when I use the words drinking and smoking, guys, typically what I'm referring to is going to be alcohol and marijuana. Obviously, these are two very popular drugs, and yes, I have used both of them. The main reason that I tend not to drink and smoke while I'm living on the road is safety. Now, if there's one similarity between the ways that alcohol and marijuana affect me, it's that they impair my judgment. And I think that is just about universal, although I do know a good number of people who smoke marijuana that would never say that it impairs their judgment. People who smoke every day, and I think that can be true for some people, as for a lot of people, marijuana is more of a tool than a recreational way to just get high. But I've never been able to look at marijuana that way. Marijuana and alcohol are both substances that change the way that I think and change the way that I act, and that is not something that I want while I'm living this type of life where I'm alone and every decision that I make at any time is sort of affecting my whole world in the way that I don't have a home to retreat to. I don't have a support system of people that are actually physically, in my world every day with me. So all I have to rely on as far as keeping things under control and making the right decisions is my brain, and I need to keep that as sharp as possible. The next big reason that I don't smoke and drink on the road is a big thing that affects almost every aspect of my life on the road, and that is money. I don't have any huge income consistently coming in as I live this life on the road, although thank God I do have YouTube ad revenue and the support from you guys over on Patreon. Aside from that, the money that I get from gigs and temporary jobs when I can needs to go into things like maintenance on the Jeep, the bills that are always there every month, gasoline to get to where I'm going next, and all of those things that are just way higher on my list of priorities than partaking in any kind of, partying substances like that. What's interesting to me and what made me want to make a video like this, which is obviously quite different from any video I've made before, is that there are a lot of people living within this kind of culture that seem to sort of judge someone who doesn't prioritize those things in a negative light. I have heard from a number of people saying that they think that's the way to live on the road, taking risks, having fun, living each day like it could be your last. And that I agree with, but I don't happen to equate that with drinking and smoking, especially not because I think impairing yourself in that way while you're out here living on the road alone without a permanent home to go to at night is just very unnecessarily risky. The final reason, guys, and I think this one might actually have the most effect on me, this is kind of like the decision maker for me. What I value most living a life like this, where I'm living in a vehicle, everywhere that I go each day is brand new to me, surrounded by new people. What I value the most is feeling like I'm grounded, I have things under control, and I'm sort of, in control of myself. I know what's going on. All of these feelings that I really tend to feel get dimmed by drinking or smoking or doing any type of drug, whatever it might be, partying, those kind of things. I think they just start to sort of like make you start to feel a little bit blurred. Of course, if you're doing them very often, you can lose your control, lose control of yourself, but not even to an extreme like that. I just like to feel each day that I have a control of what's going on. I have a clear mind. I can wake up in the morning each day and figure out what it is I want to do and then do it while being 100% or as close to 100% as I can feel that particular day. I value a clear-headed mind more than a little bit of fun, a little bit of partying. I think having a consistently clear head will do a lot more for you when you're living such an alternative lifestyle than a little bit of fun, a little bit of smoking and drinking. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on this, guys. I know there's a lot of you who are living in a vehicle yourself and doing the whole traveling thing. So let me know what you think about drinking and smoking on the road. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Do you do it? And if you do it and you don't think it affects you negatively, tell me why. Tell me what are your methods to fit it in to a life of productivity where you still feel that you have a clear head and are doing things as best you can. That's everything I have to say about this topic, guys. I'm going to find a warm place inside to get some Wi-Fi and do a little bit of editing and other computer work that I have to do. Today is a chilly day here in California. It is rainy and there is no sun. We've been having a lot of those days since I got here to the West Coast, which is kind of funny to me because everybody that I've spoken to says that it's never like this, and it's just funny timing that I finally get here and there's so much of it. But it's fine. I'm dealing with it, and I'm looking forward to sunnier days ahead. And I know it's winter, so yeah, even though it's the West Coast where the weather is supposed to always be great, it is still the winter here. So I'm looking forward to the summer weather and all that stuff, which should be coming. Hey, I mean, a couple months, that's not too far down the line. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And thank you to all of my amazing supporters on Patreon. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.